Now we are going to discuss the hormones that are there in digestive system. Very important hormones I have listed here. Let's have a look at them. We have the first hormone, that is CCK, that is cholecystokinin. The site of production of this hormone is your duodenal mucosa, means from the mucosal lining of the duodenum. What is the stimulus for its production? It is produced when there is availability of fatty chyme, right, which is partially digested, which contains what? It contains partially digested proteins, and the target organ for this hormone is, you can say, stomach, liver or pancreas, gallbladder, hepatopancreatic sphincter. And what is the activity of this hormone? It inhibits stomach's secretory activity, right? It is going to inhibit the stomach secretory activity. Then it potentiates secretin's action on these organs, increases output of enzyme-rich pancreatic juice, stimulates organ to contract and expel stored bile, relaxes sphincter to allow entry of bile and pancreatic juice into duodenum. So, if we talk in terms of stomach, what is its action on stomach? It is inhibiting the stomach secretory activity. And what is the action of this hormone on the liver and pancreas? It potentiates secretin's action on these organs, right? Secretin is also one of the hormone that we'll discuss later. Then on gallbladder, it stimulates organ to contract and expel the stored bile. So if CCK is going to be released, then this is going to lead to the stimulation or you can say the contraction and expulsion of the stored bile that is there in the gallbladder. Then hepatopancreatic sphincter is relaxed when this hormone is released, and this allows entry of bile and pancreatic juice into the duodenum. So this is the activity by hormone CCK, CCK-PZ, right? Then we have the next very important hormone, that is the GIP, that is gastric inhibitory peptide, or you also call it as glucose dependent insulinotropic peptide. So it is gastric inhibitory peptide, GIP, or glucose dependent insulinotropic peptide. So remember the names of these hormones, they are very important. You need to memorize the names, you need to memorize the site of production, the stimulus for production, the target organ and their activities. Talking about GIP, it is also produced by the duodenal mucosa, the mucosa layer of the duodenum. Then the stimulus for production is again fatty chyme. The chyme, if it is rich in fats, then this hormone is going to be released, and the target organ is stomach and pancreas, the beta cells of the pancreas. On the stomach, the activity of this hormone is it inhibits HCl production. It inhibits HCl production, but this is the minor effect of this hormone. And on pancreas, beta cells, it stimulates insulin release. So GIP is a hormone which acts on pancreas, targets beta cells and stimulates insulin release. Moving on to the next important hormone, that is gastrin. Gastrin is produced by stomach mucosa, right? G cells, stomach mucosa, the mucosa layer of the stomach. Now what is the stimulus for its production? It is produced when there is food which is particularly partially digested proteins in stomach, or you can say by chemical stimulation when acetylcholine is released by nerve fibers. So there are two, you can say, kind of stimulus that actually release this hormone. First is if there is, you can say, partially digested proteinaceous food in stomach, and secondly there is sometimes chemical stimulation, that is the release of acetylcholine by nerve fibers. They also help in the release of this hormone, and the target organ for this hormone gastrin is the stomach, small intestine, ileocecal valve, large intestine. So what is the action of gastrin on stomach? It increases HCl production. Well, if we talk about GIP, that is gastric inhibitory peptide, it was inhibiting HCl production, but this hormone, that is gastrin, it is what? It is increasing HCl secretion in the stomach. If we talk about its action on the small intestine, it stimulates contraction of intestinal muscles, right? In ileocecal valve, it relaxes ileocecal valve. In large intestine, it stimulates mass movements. In large intestine, gastrin, this hormone stimulates which movements? It stimulates mass movements, right? So in the stomach, gastrin is actually increasing HCl secretion and stimulates gastric emptying. So this stimulation of gastric emptying is a minor effect of this hormone gastrin. Now the next important hormone, that is histamine. It is also produced from the stomach mucosa. The stimulus for production is food in the stomach, and the target organ is stomach. It activates parietal cells to release HCl, this hydrochloric acid. Then we have the next hormone, that is intestinal gastrin. We had gastrin also, and we have intestinal gastrin. What is the difference between these two hormones, site of production? Gastrin was produced from the stomach mucosa, right? And this intestinal gastrin is, as the name suggests, is secreted from duodenal mucosa. Intestinal gastrin is the site of production for this hormone is duodenal mucosa. Now, what is the stimulus for intestinal gastrin? Acidic and partially digested foods in the duodenum. So, if in the duodenum there is acidic and partially digested food, then this hormone is going to be released. And what is the target organ for this intestinal gastrin? It is the stomach, and it stimulates gastric glands and motility, the movement and the secretion from the gastric glands. It stimulates gastric glands and motility. Intestinal gastrin, it is produced in the duodenal mucosa, but the target organ is the stomach. The next important hormone we have motilin. It is the site of production is duodenal mucosa. You can say stimulus for production is very interesting. When you do fasting, means periodic release every 1.5 to 2 hours by neural stimuli. So, during fasting, this hormone is released, or you can say there is periodic release every 1.5 to 2 hours by the neural stimuli. Okay? And this target organ for this is the proximal duodenum. The target organ for this hormone is proximal duodenum. And what is the activity of this hormone? It stimulates migrating motor complex. It stimulates migrating motor complex. Then the next very important hormone is the secretin. Secretin, the site of production is the duodenal mucosa again. The stimulus for this is acidic chyme, also partially digested proteins and fats. Then the target organ for secretin is stomach, pancreas, liver. On the stomach, it inhibits gastric gland secretion and gastric motility during gastric phase of secretion, and the action of secretin on pancreas is it increases output of pancreatic juice rich in bicarbonate ions, potentiates CCK's action. We have discussed this first hormone, that is CCK, right? So, it potentiates CCK's action, and CCK potentiates secretin's action. So, you can see how correlated are these two hormones, that is CCK and secretin. Now, the action of secretin on the liver, it increases bile output. So, secretin is also one of the very important hormones that act on stomach, pancreas and liver. Then we have the next hormone, that is serotonin. The site of production for serotonin is the stomach mucosa. The stimulus for this is food in stomach, and the target organ is stomach. What is the activity of serotonin? It causes contraction of stomach muscles. It causes contraction of stomach muscles. Then we have the next hormone, that is somatostatin. We have somatostatin. Somatostatin, the site of production is stomach mucosa and duodenal mucosa. The stimulus for this hormone is food in the stomach, stimulation by sympathetic nerve fibers. And the target organ for this hormones are stomach, pancreas, small intestine, gallbladder and liver. The action on stomach is it inhibits gastric secretion of all products. In case of stomach, if the target organ is stomach, in the stomach this hormone somatostatin is going to inhibit gastric secretion of all products. On pancreas, it inhibits secretion. Small intestine, it inhibits GI blood flow, the gastrointestinal blood flow, thus inhibits intestinal absorption. On gallbladder and liver, its activity is it inhibits contraction and bile release. So, this hormone, that is somatostatin, is actually inhibiting the gastric secretion, the secretion from the pancreas, the absorption in the intestine, the inhibition of the bile release, right? So, somatostatin acts on stomach, pancreas, small intestine, gallbladder, liver, and it has an inhibitory action on the secretions of these organs. Next hormone that we have is vasoactive intestinal peptide, which we also call as VIP, vasoactive intestinal peptide. Now, the site of production of this hormone is enteric neurons. It is enteric neurons, and the stimulus is chyme containing partially digested food. It's again chyme which contains partially digested food, and the action, the target organ is pancreas and stomach, right? So we have small intestine, pancreas and stomach. On the small intestine, its activity as it stimulates buffer secretion, it dilates intestinal capillaries, it relaxes intestinal smooth muscles. On pancreas, it increases the secretion, and when it acts on stomach, it inhibits acid secretion. So this is the activity that is shown by vasoactive intestinal peptide, that is VIP, that is secreted, that is, the production site is enteric neurons. So VIP is also one of the important hormones that is there. The site of production is what? Enteric neurons, and the stimulus is chyme containing partially digested food, and the target organs are small intestine, pancreas and the stomach. So this was an overview of the important hormones, that is CCK, GIP, gastrin, histamine, intestinal gastrin, motilin, secretin, serotonin, somatostatin and VIP, that is vasoactive intestinal peptide. So these hormones are the most important hormones that are there, which have the effects on the main organs of the digestive system, and these were the main activities that are shown by these hormones. So you need to remember at least these important hormones, so that you can have a very important understanding about the activities of these hormones, because these activities are actually going to affect the digestive system, direct effect on digestive system, right. So remember these hormones, I'll just repeat the names again. CCK, that is cholecystokinin, GIP, that is gastric inhibitory peptide, then we have gastrin, histamine, intestinal gastrin, motilin, secretin, serotonin, somatostatin, vasoactive intestinal peptide, that is VIP. When you actually are able to correlate their activities, then you will understand how these hormones are going to affect the target organs, right. So please go through this. You can pause the video here, you can read this again and just learn their activities and learn the names, and try to understand also how they are going to affect the digestive organs.